Use an approved plastic cleaner and a clean towel on the part to be repaired. Be sure to clean all dirt and contaminants from the inside and outside of the part before starting repairs. Create a repair plan. Use a paint marker to map out the repair. Highlight areas where you will need to apply heat or pressure with a push tool. Highlight any feature lines to ensure they are restored properly and are not damaged in the filing or sanding process. Apply heat to the damaged area. Heat should be applied in a circular motion around the primary impact. Focusing the heat too long in one spot can burn the plastic or cause the plastic to stretch during the pushing process. Heat application should be about 70% on the outside of the bumper to about 30% on the inside. Use the bumper push tool to push out the damage while the bumper is warm. Start by pushing out the primary point of impact. The round head of the bumper push tool is great for this. Use your hand to apply counterpressure on the outside of the bumper while using the tool on the inside. This will help to focus the tool on a high or low without moving the plastic around it. Use the various parts of the push tool to restore the feature lines and overall shape of the bumper. Sand the repair area with 120 grit on a sander. Keep the sander flat and avoid damaging the style lines while sanding. This process will help highlight any remaining highs and lows. Use a paint marker to highlight any remaining highs or lows. Any paint remaining after sanding will indicate a low spot. Use this along with your hand to detect all remaining highs and lows that need to be addressed. Use the bumper push tool to address the remaining highs and lows. Use the spike of the tool, along with your hand applying counterpressure, to isolate the highs and lows. Constantly check the feel of the bumper with your hand during this process. The objective is to get the plastic as close to the original shape as possible before moving on to the next step. Use 120 grit on a sander to remove all the paint from the repair area before the filing process. Filing over paint will cause the file to go dull prematurely. Use the file to level the repair area. The file will only cut in one direction, the direction the teeth of the file are pointing. Use long linear strokes to knock down any remaining highs and to ensure the surface of the bumper is even and flat. Be careful not to damage or distort any feature lines of the bumper during filing. Sand out all of the file marks with 120 grit on a sander. Be careful not to damage or distort any of the style lines during the sanding process. Sand out all of the 120 grit marks with 180 grit on a sander. As you progress in sandpaper grit, the sanded area of the repair will become larger with each step in sandpaper grit. Sand out all of the 180 grit marks with 220 grit on a sander. Be careful not to damage or distort any of the style lines during the sanding process. Sand out all of the 220 grit marks with 320 grit on a sander. Use the sander to feather the paint edges, making the transition from bare plastic to original paint as smooth and gradual as possible. Perform a quality control check on the repair. Use your hands and eyes to ensure that the repair was completed properly. Check for any highs or lows that may have been missed or any deep scratches that may need to be addressed.